How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Black Metal Rebellion. I'm your host, Jesse Morgan, and I'm going to do a random CD collection update for you. It's got a bunch of different genres in here, so you're probably going to find something you like. But yes, let's start off with some grunge. There we go. This is Dirt by Alice in Chains. Not sure which album this is, to be perfectly honest with you. I plan on getting more. I just happened to see this at Walmart for like $5, so I said, fuck it. Might as well just pick it up. Really good stuff. A lot of classics on here, like Them Bones, Rooster, Dirt, Angry Chair, Wood. Yep, if you like grunge, there's basically no better place to start than this album. That's for sure. Alice in Chains. Alright, the next one is a really fucking rare album by Mushroomhead. This is Super Buick. And I got this from one of my YouTube subscribers who did a trade for Devourment's Unleash the Carnivore. Mike Hefner, I believe his name is. But yeah, he was very generous to send me this. This is actually quite expensive if you actually try to track it down. This is the original pressing. I don't know why anyone wouldn't know who Mushroomhead is. Basically, just kind of like a melodic new metal band with kind of some like gothic and dark atmospheric elements. Just some clean vocals, some sort of growl vocals. One of the vocalists, J-Man, does like sort of like rappy type stuff, but he also does like growls and stuff too. Yeah, that's just a really, really good band that isn't the usual listen for me. It's kind of one of those would-be guilty pleasures if I felt guilty about listening to it, but I don't, so there's that, I guess. But yeah, Super Buick has some really, really good songs on it. Definitely glad to have an original physical copy of this thing instead of like a burnt copy. Bwomp, Never Let It Go, These Filthy Hands, Fear Held Dear. Lots of really good stuff on here. Canker Sore, I don't know if I already said that, but yeah. Mushroomhead with Super Buick. Alright, next is a Slam album, or Brutal Death Metal, depending on how you want to label these guys. But this is Paroxysmal Butchering with Supreme Revulsion. This is their first album. Not too many people actually know about this one. But yeah, this is their first album. The one that came after this was Human Smasher, which I really, really need to get. This album has a little bit different sound from their second album, that's for sure. Less slammy and more closer to like brutal death metal and maybe some gore grind elements. I'm not sure how to explain it, but yeah, really, really good band, highly underrated. And I suggest if you're into slam or brutal death metal, check them out. Once again, Paroxysmal Butchering with Supreme Revulsion. They also have Chemically Castrated and Anally Siphoned Innards on a Split. Now, I believe that was also with... Oh my goodness, I can't remember it. It's in my collection somewhere. Well, it'll probably take me a little too long to find it, but yeah, definitely check them out if you have not. You'd probably be able to get a copy of this on Discogs, but that's about it. I know the band has run out, but yeah, check them out. That's how you spell it. Paroxysmal Butchering. Alright, next, I did a review on these guys. Fucking phenomenal, Blackened, slamming deathcore band. These guys are called Flesh of the Lotus. Shoutouts to my boy Hunter and his girlfriend, Sarah Reed. Or is it Reed? I'm just going to call her Sarah because I actually can't remember her last name at the moment. So I apologize for that, Sarah. But shoutouts to them. This is the first EP by Flesh of the Lotus called Vicissitude. 4 amazing tracks. Definitely check out my review I did of them, and definitely check them out if you're into slam, deathcore, blackened, deathcore, blackened slam, whatever. Really good stuff, and even signed by the band, so super generous of them to do for me, to sign that and give it to me without charging me the shipping, so that was awesome. Check out Flesh of the Lotus. Next up is a band I got in the last Metalhead box. This is Hessian with Main Garmer. Now, if you don't recall what I described these guys like in the other video, they are basically like really grindy, hardcore crust stuff, like blackened hardcore crust punk or something. Like basically, if you like Nails or Trap Them or Funeral Chic or Converge or stuff like that, you will love this band. I was super shocked when I put this on because once again, that cover with like the deer or whatever just kind of reminds me of like Agalock or whatever. So I was expecting like kind of soft, ambient, kind of maybe slightly blackened, maybe blackened death music, but nope, definitely was not. Just punishing and heavy and really good stuff. Definitely looking forward to more stuff from these guys. So yeah, it's Hessian with Main Garmer. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, so. Alright, next is another one I got from the Metalhead box. This is Frowning with Extinct. They are a funeral doom band. I believe it's a one-man project. Really long, like dark, kind of semi-depressive, atmospheric death metal songs. I chose to actually keep this. I was going to sell it, but you know, it's growing on me, and it fits perfectly mixed in with like a black metal mix, like you know, a mixed list of different black metal and black and death metal. You throw this in there, and it has the same kind of atmosphere and feel to it. Obviously, not the same music, but I don't know, it for some reason flows really well with that kind of music in a playlist for me. So I'm, you know, I think I'm going to be keeping this copy of Frowning. So check them out, Frowning, Extinct. This next one I got in a package from Testicular Records because I did a review on their Nihilistic Pain album called Reach the Truth, I believe, or Reach the Purity. I think it's Reach the Purity. But this is Harig, which I think is Spanish or Mexican for heretic. I could be wrong. Wouldn't surprise me, but I think that's what it might be. But yeah, this is one of their albums or EPs called Lapse of Brutality. I know they have a few releases before this on Bandcamp, so I'm not exactly sure which one it is. But it's pretty good stuff. It's listed on the Bandcamp as like noise, gore grind, porno grind, and all that other stuff, but it's definitely not. It's more like thrash and death with maybe a little bit of grind elements. Yeah, this is like a a death grind version of Megadeth, but with better vocals. Unless you like Dave Mustaine's vocals, then worse vocals. But I'm not a big fan of Dave Mustaine's vocals, so I'm gonna say these guys have better vocals than him. There's just the riffing in it. This kind of reminds me of some of the stripped down, yeah, a stripped down version of Death Grind Megadeth. Yeah, odd description, I know, but that's pretty much how I see these guys. The best track on here is probably Human Sacrifice or Holy War. The two middle tracks, they're alright, but I find the first and the last track are the best, so I guess it's bookended with really decent tracks. So yeah, if you like thrashing death that sort of reminds you of like a stripped down lower fi Megadeth, but not the vocals, then definitely check out Harig, Lapse of Brutality. I'll try to provide a link for this because it's not easily found. It took me a bit to find their Facebook page. I actually had to ask Testicular Records if they even had a page, because a different South American band shows up, like another Brazilian band. I think that's what these guys are from, is from Brazil. But yeah, definitely check them out. You'll probably be either yay or nay on it. It seems like something that someone wouldn't kind of go eh on. Either they're really going to love it or they're really not going to love it. Alright, next. I'm still need to get the album before this, but once again, found it really cheap at Walmart, just flicking through what they got just for jokes, and then I actually stumbled across this. This is Marilyn Manson's most recent album called The Pale Emperor. I used to be really big into Marilyn Manson when I was younger, and then I kind of fell out of love with his music, and then like last year I really got back into it again and kind of been on the hunt for the last two albums, that being Born Villain and then The Pale Emperor. So yeah, lucky to pick this up for a pretty cheap price. What's to say about Manson that, you know, probably everyone else would say? I mean, it's just dark. His lyrics are very thoughtful for the most part and kind of twisted. Probably one of his better albums in a long time. And kind of really looking forward to Satan, if that's even the working title anymore. I hear it's called Heaven Upside Down or something like that. I don't know, but he needs to release that album because it should be pretty sweet. But yeah, Marilyn Manson with the latest album, The Pale Emperor. And the last CD / album in this random CD update is the new Alestorm, No Grave But the Sea. I didn't get the box set. I didn't get the For the Dogs version. I don't even know if that's actually a real thing. That would be funny. But I got the just regular jewel case version. Once again, cheap from Walmart. Saw it there. I'm like, fuck yeah. Pirates and booze and adventures on the sea in metal style. Why the fuck not? These guys are great. Just upbeat, fucking hilarious music. The song titles are usually pretty funny. The lyrics are just jokes as hell. For example, one of their songs on this is called Fucked with an Anchor. Yeah. And then one of them is called Rage of the Pentahook. Yeah, if you haven't listened to Alestorm, check them out. It's just good times. It's not to be taken seriously at all. It's just good kind of upbeat drinking music with pirate themed lyrics and song titles and artwork. If you're looking to have a good time and not take music too seriously, highly recommend it. But yeah, that's the last one with the new album by Alestorm, No Grave But the Sea. Okay, well, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Um, I'm not sure what is going to come up next. I have a Vine that I'm actually going to release after this. I wanted to do this video first, though, just to kind of get things back on track with some normal content, and hope you enjoy. Cheers. Well, that's the end of the video, folks. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all your likes, shares, and subscribes. Before I go, though, I would like to promote the band that is on my Super Slam Bros label, Rectal Depravity, with their EP Pedal Catholic Fornication. You can pick yourself up a copy for $18 shipped if you like. Really, really good, just slamming porno grind. Pretty groovy, pretty disturbing tracks, and sealed. Comes sealed, so it's brand new, and I think you will not be disappointed whatsoever. And the other thing I have for sale still are Slam Bros Brutal logo shirts with the white logo on the front and the red or green 2-player Slam Engage logo on the back, which I'm also doing for $18 shipped. Now, if you want to get a bit of a discount, I highly recommend getting both of those in a bundle for $32 US shipped. It's a little bit off, and it'll save you a bit of money there, but it'll also be greatly helping me out here at the Black Metal Rebellion. It'll help me get new stuff in stock, keep this channel running, and bringing new content to you guys every week. I really, really appreciate it. For glory, for the rebellion, Slammerella out.